When people hear the word health, they often think about hospitals, medicines, or medical tests. These are important. But health is much more than the absence of illness. A person may have a healthy body but carry constant worry. Another may live with a physical disability yet possess deep inner peace. Someone may be physically strong but emotionally exhausted. Someone else may have a chronic illness and still live with gratitude and purpose. Health is not only about the body. It also includes how we think, how we feel, how we relate to others, and how we live. Chetasyu calls this whole oneself well-being, caring for the whole person rather than only one part. A real life story. The health report. Seema was 48 years old. She worked in a bank. She cared for her family. She rarely took time for herself. Breakfast was often hurried. Lunch was eaten at her desk. Sleep was irregular. She constantly told herself, "I'll take care of my health after this busy period." But the busy period never ended. One afternoon, she felt unusually tired while climbing a flight of stairs. Her doctor advised a complete health checkup. The reports showed high blood pressure, early diabetes, and elevated cholesterol. The doctor said calmly, "Nothing here is impossible to manage, but your lifestyle needs attention." Seema was frightened. On the drive home, one thought kept repeating, "I have failed to take care of myself." For several days, she became anxious. She searched the internet for frightening stories. She imagined the worst. She hardly slept. One evening, her father quietly sat beside her. He smiled and said, "When I was your age, I also received difficult health news." Seema looked surprised. "I thought your life was always healthy." Her father laughed gently. "No, my body changed. So I changed the way I lived." The next morning, he invited Seema for a slow walk. They walked for 20 minutes. Not fast. Not as an exercise competition. Simply walking together. Afterwards, they shared a simple breakfast. Over the following months, Seema made small changes. She walked regularly. She slept earlier. She ate more slowly. She took short pauses during work. She learned to say no when necessary. Her medical reports gradually improved. More importantly, something else changed. She no longer treated her body as a machine. She began treating it as a companion for life. Looking through the Chetasyu lens, the medical report did not only reveal physical health, it also revealed how Seema had been living. Life is. The diagnosis did not take away life is. She was still alive. She could still breathe, love, learn, to speak, laugh, serve. Life is continued flowing. The health report was not the end of life. It was an invitation to live more consciously. Self-heal. Seema naturally felt fear, concern, uncertainty. These feelings were completely human. Self-heal honestly experienced the moment. There was nothing wrong with those feelings. Self-me. Soon self-me created many stories. My future is ruined. I should have been more careful. I am becoming weak. The diagnosis became much larger in her mind than the doctor's actual words. The illness created one challenge. The stories created many more. Mine. The diagnosis awakened older mine. Perhaps childhood fears about illness. Perhaps memories of relatives becoming sick. Perhaps years of ignoring her own needs while caring for everyone else. The report touched much more than physical health. It activated emotional memories. Soon mess appeared. Sleepless nights. Constant worry. searching endlessly on the internet, imagining frightening futures. Notice something important. Much of her suffering came not from the diagnosis itself but from the stories surrounding it. Meal. The daily walks with her father became a turning point. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" Seema slowly began asking, "What is my body trying to teach me?" The diagnosis became MEL. She learned balance, rest, boundaries, gratitude, awareness. Her health journey became a learning journey. Pragya. Without knowing it, she practiced prajna. Pause. She stopped ignoring her health. Reflect. She honestly looked at her daily habits. Act. She made practical changes. Go. She continued them patiently. Yield. She accepted that improvement would take time. Accept. She accepted her present reality without losing hope. Her acceptance became the beginning of healing. Our body quietly listens to how we live. Long periods of stress may affect sleep, digestion, blood pressure, energy, concentration. Stress itself is not always harmful. Short periods of challenge help us grow. The difficulty begins when stress becomes our normal way of living. The body eventually asks us to slow down. Listening early is often wiser than waiting for illness to force us. Sleep and awareness. Sleep is one of the body's simplest forms of healing. Yet many people take their worries to bed. The body lies down. Self-may continues working, planning, regretting, imagining. Instead of forcing sleep, begin with awareness. Notice your breathing. Notice your body relaxing. Allow thoughts to come and go without following each one. A peaceful mind often welcomes restful sleep. Food with attention. Food is more than fuel. It is nourishment. Many of us eat while scrolling on our phones, watching television, answering emails, rushing through the day. Try something different. Eat one meal each day with full attention. Notice the colors, the aroma, the taste. Chew slowly. Offer gratitude. Food received with awareness nourishes more than the body. Movement with gratitude. Exercise is often treated as punishment. I have to work out. Chetas Yoga invites another perspective. Movement is a celebration of being alive. Walking, stretching, gardening, cycling, dancing, yoga, whatever suits your body. Move not because you dislike your body. Move because you are grateful for it. Living with illness. Not every illness can be cured. Some become lifelong companions. Living with illness does not mean giving up on life. It means learning a different rhythm. Receiving help when needed. Caring for the body wisely. Finding joy where possible. Life is continuous even when the body changes. Disability and dignity. A person's worth is never measured by physical ability. Some people walk easily. Some use wheelchairs. Some hear clearly. Some use hearing aids. Some see with two eyes. Some see with one. Some live with visible disabilities. Some with invisible ones. Disability changes certain abilities. It does not reduce human dignity. Life shines equally through every person. Awareness invites us to see the person before the condition. And for those living with disability, Chetas Yoga reminds us that while the body may have limits, the capacity for awareness, learning, kindness, and wisdom remains fully alive. Growing older with acceptance. Aging is part of life. Hair turns gray. The body slows. Energy changes. Some abilities increase. Others decrease. Growing older is not only about loss. It is also about perspective, patience, experience, gratitude. Acceptance does not mean giving up. It means working with the reality of today rather than wishing to return to yesterday. Whole her, whole oneself, well-being. Whole oneself, well-being is not about becoming perfectly healthy. It is about caring for the whole person, body, mind, emotions, relationships, purpose, awareness. One area supports another. When we care for the whole, health as a daily relationship. Health is not something we achieve once and keep forever. It is a relationship. Each day we either strengthen it or neglect it. Small habits matter. A short walk, a balanced meal, a good night's sleep, a heartfelt conversation, a few moments of reflection. Tiny choices repeated over time create lasting well-being. Pause and reflect. Take a few quiet minutes and ask yourself, how does my body usually tell me that I am carrying too much stress? Do I listen or do I ignore those signals? Which daily habit, sleep, food, movement, rest, or worry most needs my gentle attention right now? When I think about my health, what stories does my self-me create? Are those stories helping me or increasing my MESS? 21. What is one small act of kindness I can offer my body every day this week? How can I care not only for my physical health but also for my whole oneself well-being? Try this week. Choose one daily activity that supports your health. It could be a 20 MINUTE walk, eating one meal without distractions, sleeping 30 minutes earlier, or taking 5 minutes to sit quietly before bed. Practice it every day for 1 week. Do it not as a duty, but as an expression of gratitude for the life that is already present within you. Notice how your body responds. Notice how your mind responds. Notice how your relationships respond. Because caring for your health is not only about living longer, it is about living more consciously. That is the Chetasya way. Honoring life is listening to self-heal, guiding self-me with awareness, transforming challenges into meal, living through pragya, and gradually growing in the wisdom of well-being that leads toward whole oneself well-being.
Everyone has a story. Sometimes, all we need is a safe space to gain clarity.